Yes, Brexit. The UK has now voted to leave the European Union, and as a Dutchman living and working in Northern Ireland for the past 7 years, that has quite a profound impact on me. First of all, taking it outside the business context and looking at it on a personal level, I have never felt unwelcome in Northern Ireland. In fact, the Northern Irish local community has welcomed me with open arms, and I felt very welcome and very embraced by the people here, and felt like I was really contributing to society here and doing my bit to help the local digital economy grow and mature. Last Friday, after the Brexit vote, was the very first day since I lived there that I felt unwelcome as a European citizen in the United Kingdom, and that was a very strange feeling. And not a very nice feeling. And I'm still coming to grips with that to an extent. Fortunately, a lot of people around me have said that, they don't want me to go anywhere. They still feel that I'm very much part of the local community here and want me to stick around. But it's been tough for me to come to grips with such a massive vote to leave the European Union, because I've always considered myself to be a European citizen first and foremost, rather than a Dutchman. But that's a personal thing. On a professional level, as a provider of SEO services to clients all across Europe, this will have a very strong impact to how I do business. I have quite a few clients who are based in the Republic of Ireland, which is just a few short miles from Belfast, where I live and work. And my business dealings with them are going to have to change depending on what happens with the exit negotiations. I can imagine it's going to become harder for me as well to win new clients in the Republic of Ireland because of the uncertainty around Brexit at the moment. It's very likely I'm going to have to set up a business in Dublin if I want to keep on winning new clients there, which I do want to do because it is a very fertile market. And Northern Ireland is a fairly small place after all, and only so much that I can achieve here. Northern Ireland itself is going to have a massive impact on the Brexit vote because it is so dependent on the Republic of Ireland as well as on European Union funding. So that is going to severely impact business here across all industries, especially farming and manufacturing. And since I have quite a lot of clients in the manufacturing industry, as well as in tourism, which is also going to be affected quite heavily, I suspect we'll see smaller budgets and less long-term investment in SEO and digital marketing, at least on the short term, until the uncertainties are ironed out and we see what is happening with the economy. The change in exchange rate between the pound and the euro has already affected me, of course, because some of my clients pay me in euros, which is a good thing because I get more euros now for the same pound. But on the other hand, I do invoice other clients in pounds. So it makes me cheaper for them to get the service out there, which should help me win more business, ironically, the long term. But in the short term, like I said, the uncertainty around Brexit is going to negatively impact business in Northern Ireland and myself as an SEO provider. As for the future, like I said, it's been tough for me as a European citizen, and just to see the emotional decisions that people have made around Brexit. And I'm responding emotionally to that as well, rather than rationally. And I sort of resent myself from doing that, but it's hard to escape that, It's hard to escape the notion that the country has voted on such a large scale to close itself off from Europe. And as a European citizen, that hurts me, it really does. And I'm not sure how I can come to grips with that. In due time, I will. My wife and I are talking a lot about what's happening and what we're going to do in the future, because he's a British citizen, of course, and I'm a Dutch citizen. And we're going to have to see about what happens with regards to, freedom of movement, freedom to work in European countries. We have putting contingency plans in place. Basically, I'm applying for permanent British residency. At the same time, my wife, being a Northern Irish resident, is entitled to an Irish passport, which is an option we're pursuing as well, so that we'll both have two passports, so we can basically choose to live and work in the UK or live and work anywhere else in the European Union. So we're keeping our options open at the moment. It's a bit of an uncertain situation right now. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the short term, the medium term, and the long term. For SEO, nothing really will change. Google hasn't changed. The algorithms still work. It's more for businesses to work through this period of uncertainty and wait out the economic repercussions of a UK exit of the European Union. And, well, as always, SEO will adapt. It's what we're good at. We always go with the flow. We adapt to changes and see whatever happens. A lot of information is out there at the moment that is not necessarily accurate. People are just speculating on what's going to happen. A lot of harsh words being spoken to people on all different camps and different sides of the equation. I've tried to not engage too much in that, even though I feel personally very angry and frustrated at what's happened. But it's not a particularly productive use of my energy to, rant and rave too much about that. Usually I'm very keen on ranting and raving about topics, as a lot of people know out there, but this has affected me on such a personal level that I find myself emotionally unable to do that. So I'm just keeping my distance at the moment and seeing how it will all pan out. On the whole, though, we just don't know what's going to happen, so it's hard to jump to conclusions at the moment. We'll just wait and see, and hopefully, it's going to be business as usual soon, which I hope we can get back to just delivering good value for our clients, as we always have.